Hello and thanks for joining me for some Project Zomboid build 42 with our guy Gary Little, starting our 47th day with 46 days survived. We are currently in Ekron over here, and we've cleared out the college and most of this area, done the main shops here. I don't think there's really much else around in here that's worth looking at that I know of. So the plan for today is to leave Ekron, and I'm thinking about going to Irvington. I'm not sure how we get there. It's down here, I believe. So I think maybe if we take this road. So if you are just joining me for the first time and you'd like to follow from day one, then there will be a link in the description for the full playlist, starting off with episode 0, which goes over the sandbox settings and my character traits for this run. We'll do some little bit of cooking here. Let's slice that. Slice that one. All right, let's pop these in the oven here. We do currently have a bug which affects our weight, or rather doesn't affect our weight, which means basically whatever we eat doesn't really matter. We don't, we're not currently gaining or losing any weight. So that is a bug. We also have a thirst bug as well, where we're not getting thirsty. We're not drinking, or at least not automatically drinking. But, anyway, I don't really want to start a whole new run for that. Alright, let's take these out. Let's pop those two in. And we'll get these cooking. Got a bit of muscle strain actually. Let's just go and check the radio. Just want to make sure that not going to get a helicopter today. So we do have the helicopter set to sometimes. So we'll just catch the broadcast here and just make sure. It's still decent weather. So we've got to pack up the car, decide what we're going to take with us. Alright, looks like we're going to be fine. Alright, that one can go in there. They're cooked. Okay. Let's pop these in here. just use up some of these berries. Alright. Let's make up a couple of stir fries. And alright, we'll put a bit more fish in there. Let's do another one. Alright, not going to have anything else to add to a third one. What have we got in the freezer? Let me see. Like, it doesn't really matter as far as weight gain, what we put into it, what we don't. But just to make it not such a boring meal. Don't want to use up too much of the canned food. Alright. Let's add a bit more fish to that one. And this one can be fish and corn. Bit more fish. All right, that'll do it. Okay, so these can go in the oven. And chuck that. Let's read one of these magazines. So I don't know if we'll I've got to sort out all my stuff. I'm not going to take everything with me. I'm just going to sort out some essentials to take. So we'll see how much of that we get done during the day. Alright, that one's red. Let's read this one. Let's read these magazines while we're waiting for stuff to cook. And we're almost cooked. Alright. Turn them off, pop them in there. Let's pop these in the freezer, I guess. Let's make up a salad. this might make it give it a little bit of unhappiness. Add some pepper to it. Alright, that's fine. Let's chuck as much of that in the freezer as will fit. Alright, let's take these out of here and put them in the fridge. Let's see if we can fit those in there. Alright, well, we're hungry. Let's eat half of that. Alright. Let's pop those back in the fridge. We'll make another salad a bit later. Alright. So let's dump these magazines. What's in this one? Let's read that. Louisville. Okay, let's have a look. Probably won't be going near there in a hurry, but that's the airport. Alright, so we've got some food in here. Got another book there. I suppose we'll take a tent. Take that stuff. We'll take nails. We read that or not? Guess we'll take that and that. All right. Let's drop that. Drop that. All right. Take that one. Let me see. Hunting knife. Duct tape. Take all that stuff. Now, have we read our electrical? Alright, let's might as well dismantle these. Let's just make sure that I've favorited the one that I'm wearing. May as well do these. All right. Okay. see here. Carve up a couple more short bats. Those, well, they won't fit in there. We'll take the garbage bag. Alright, that is a food bag. Okay, we'll come back for that. Let's just dismantle that. Alright, it's my tool bag. Let's dismantle that one. Okay. Alright, that can go in the trunk. Alright, so what have we got in here? Let's pop these books in here. And let's just see if we've got any doubled up. Yep. That one. Okay. That can go in there. They can go in there. All right. Let's take the meds out of there. Food. Okay, so let's dismantle that. We might as well dismantle these rather than carrying them all with us. Alright, so we are already getting late in the day, so there's a level. Actually, let's stop that. Alright, so I don't want to dismantle anymore until we've until we've actually read our next book. Alright, so that can come out of there. That stuff can go in there. Take that out. Maybe they can stay in there. Alright, take the nuts out. Don't really need the water. We'll put those in there. Matches in there. Okay. Let's pop a knife in our fishing bag. Let's dump those. Paperclip in there. Alright, and one of these is a medical bag. This one. Let's put those in there. Alright, let's rename that. Let's grab that. That can go in the back. In there. Alright, that's my tools. They don't need to be in there. Let's re-equip that one. Did I grab the wrong red bag? Yep. Okay. Let's put that one in there. Those can go in there. Let's equip that. Alrighty. Let's have a look at our Jenny. Let's turn that off. Let's fix it up. Let's dump all these scrap electronics here. Pop some fuel in. I guess we'll turn it back on till we leave. Probably take that Jenny with us. Let me see. Don't need that. Alright, I haven't read our tailoring book yet. Let's see. Alright, we've got more watches over here. We'll take some spare shoes. Okay, we don't need the can openers. Let's equip that one. Pop as much food as we can in there. Well, maybe we should use a garbage bag for that. All this canned food into the garbage bag. Let's see. Snacks. Crickets. Millipede. Canned food in there. Alright. Oops. Marinara. I suppose the pepper can go in there. The ranch. Sugar. Okay. Lard. Put as much food as we can in there. Let me see. All right. Let's grab that. Pop that in the bag, in the car. I don't know how much space we're going to have for stuff. Still got to fit our Jenny in yet. Where's my garbage bag? Alright, let's rename that. Pop that in there. That can go in there. Let's equip that one. Alright, let's put my tent. Tent won't fit in there. Okay. Might be needing the leather for a while. Is my tyre pump in there? It is, so we don't need that one. But what I might do, we should probably check our tyres. They are old tyres. Maybe we should have checked some of them other cars and put some better tyres on. But we'll at least get them pumped up. And should probably check the tyres on the car as well. On the trailer, I mean. Yep. Inflate those. All right. We're already let's pop that in there. Do want me spare shirt. Already pretty late, so we're probably not going to leave tonight. What can we fit in here? Let's put snacks in there. Fishing bag. We'll put cereal in there too, because we might end up doing some hunting at some stage. Alright. I don't think we need any of that. What's in the satchel? Machete. I suppose we'll take those if we can fit them. We got more chips here. Okay, a sleeping bag. Let's just call that one ammo. We don't have a lot of ammo. Gun shop had hardly anything. Fit that in there. Alright, pop that in there. Guess we'll pop that in there. That can go in there. These can go in a med bag. Alright. Hey. Oops. That can go in the food bag, so can that. Peanuts. That can go in the ammo bag. Oops. My finger's in the wrong spot on the keyboard. Let's just make sure we didn't double up on that. We did. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see. Alright. We want this stuff. I'll pop that there. And we are going to put all of these keys in there. So they're going to be local keys. We need to take these. All right. Okay, so some of this stuff, the twine can go in our fishing bag. And we do want to take our fishing bag with us. Okay. Couple of short bats in the back there. These can go in the fishing bag. Nails. Well, they're not going to fit. So they can just go in there. Alright, we're pretty full up. We do want our hatchet though. Let's get rid of that. Takes up a fair bit of space. I haven't found many shotgun shells yet anyway. Okay. So we are going to want to put a Jenny on the seat. Okay. Chips. Alright, I suppose they can all go in there if they'll fit. Can they fit in the ammo bag? Yeah, we're pretty full up there. Okay. Let's unpack these cigarettes. They can go in my smoke bag. Alright, it's 3:30 in the morning. So all we've done is sorting. Let's just quickly cook that up. We'll read that. What? I see. I don't know how long it takes to cook a mouse. Alright, let's try this. And that's done. Alright, let's read the rest of that. Pop that in there. Eat that. Yeah, we're still hungry. And we're a bit sad. All right. Let's eat that one. We'll have a smoke. All right, that got rid of the unhappiness. Doors closed. Alrighty, get a couple of hours sleep. Okay, so not a very exciting episode, but that is going to do it for this episode. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.